Hollywood is a land of dreams, but also a place where legends are made and destroyed. The same public that lifts stars up can just as quickly tear them down. Tonight, we journey into the darkness behind the spotlight. We uncover the most hated stars in Hollywood history, and the scandals that made them infamous. These are not just tales of bad behavior, but complex sagas of power, hubris, and consequence. What turns a beloved star into a pariah? Is it a single act, or a slow erosion of trust? This is the story of how the brightest stars fell from grace, leaving indelible marks on Hollywood forever. For decades, Harvey Weinstein reigned supreme. He wasn't just a producer, he was Hollywood's kingmaker, a titan whose touch could make or break careers. He held immense power within the industry. His influence was absolute, extending to every corner of the entertainment world. His parties were legendary, glittering affairs attended by the biggest stars, all vying for his attention and approval. He was at the center of it all. But beneath the glamour, behind the carefully constructed facade, a monstrous secret festered, growing darker with each passing year. The truth was hidden in plain sight. Rumors of his aggressive, predatory behavior circulated for years, whispered in hushed tones at industry events and behind closed doors. People knew, but fear kept them silent. But the truth, when it finally emerged, was far worse than anyone could have imagined. The extent of his abuse was staggering. In 2017, after decades of silence, dozens of brave women came forward, risking their careers and reputations to expose the truth. They shared harrowing accounts of sexual harassment, detailing years of abuse and intimidation. Their stories included allegations of assault and even rape, painting a horrifying picture of Weinstein's reign of terror. Their collective voices ignited the #Me Too movement, a watershed moment that empowered survivors around the world. It exposed a culture of abuse that had been allowed to fester for far too long, not just in Hollywood, but across industries and institutions. Weinstein's downfall was swift and absolute, a dramatic fall from grace that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. He was fired from his own company, expelled from the academy, and ultimately convicted of his crimes. He became the ultimate symbol of a corrupt system that had protected powerful abusers for decades. His conviction marked a seismic shift in the fight against sexual harassment and assault. It was a wake-up call, forcing Hollywood to confront its darkest demons and begin the long process of systemic change. Weinstein's legacy is no longer Oscar gold or box office success. Instead, it is one of pain, trauma, and ultimately, a powerful movement for change and accountability. The king was dethroned, his power stripped away, his empire left in ruins, a stark reminder of the consequences of abuse and the enduring power of truth. O.J. Simpson. The name alone conjures a whirlwind of emotions and memories. He was once the embodiment of the American dream, a football legend, a charismatic movie star, and a symbol of unparalleled success. His infectious smile and athletic prowess captivated audiences across the nation. He seemed untouchable, destined for greatness. But that carefully constructed image shattered irrevocably in 1994, sending shockwaves through society. The brutal murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman became a national obsession, instantly transforming O.J. Simpson from a beloved icon into a prime suspect. The infamous Bronco chase, a surreal spectacle broadcast live on television, gripped the nation. Millions watched in disbelief as the slow-speed pursuit unfolded, unsure of what the ending would be. And then came the trial of the century, a legal drama that captivated the world, exposing raw nerves and deep-seated societal tensions. Every moment was dissected, analyzed, and debated. The evidence presented was overwhelming, a mountain of forensic details and circumstantial clues that seemed to point in one direction. But Simpson's high-powered defense team, led by the charismatic Johnny Cochran, masterfully turned the trial into a referendum on race, police misconduct, and the very meaning of justice in America. The not guilty verdict, delivered after months of intense deliberation, split the nation along racial and ideological lines. It was a moment of jubilation for some, who saw it as a victory against a biased system, and a moment of profound outrage for others, who believed justice had been tragically denied. Though acquitted criminally, Simpson was later found liable for the deaths of Brown and Goldman in civil court, a separate legal battle with a different standard of proof. His carefully cultivated reputation was utterly destroyed, tarnished beyond repair by the weight of suspicion and public condemnation. The hero worship was gone, replaced by a relentless barrage of controversy, tabloid headlines, and constant media scrutiny. The trial exposed deep and painful racial divides within American society, revealing fault lines that had long been simmering beneath the surface. It left a lasting scar on the American psyche, forcing a national reckoning with issues of race, class, and the fairness of the justice system. Simpson's dramatic fall from grace serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of fame and fortune. It's a cautionary tale that fame and celebrity status can't ultimately shield anyone from the consequences of their actions, no matter how powerful or privileged they may seem. The television cameras eventually stopped rolling, the reporters packed up their gear, and the circus moved on. But the truth, like a shadow, remained elusive, obscured by conflicting narratives and unanswered questions. The beloved hero, the charismatic athlete, the symbol of American success, was irrevocably gone, lost to the mists of time. He was replaced by a figure of eternal controversy, forever linked to one of the most infamous crimes in American history. Simpson's story serves as a chilling cautionary tale, illustrating how quickly a carefully constructed legacy can unravel in the face of scandal and tragedy. The nation never looked at him, or perhaps more importantly at itself, the same way again, forever changed by the events of that tumultuous era. Mel Gibson was once Hollywood's leading man, Oscar-winning director, global superstar. But controversy simmered beneath the surface, erupting with The Passion of the Christ and its accusations of anti-Semitism. In 2006, a DUI arrest revealed a shocking anti-Semitic tirade. Hollywood turned its back, Gibson was blacklisted and became a pariah. Further leaked recordings exposed more rage and prejudice, cementing his fall. Though he's slowly returned to the industry, the shadow of his past looms large. For many, Gibson's name is forever linked to scandal, not cinematic triumph. His story is a stark warning. Personal demons can destroy even the brightest careers. The man who played heroes became a symbol of self-destruction. Lindsay Lohan. The name conjures images of a bright-eyed, exceptionally talented young actress. She burst onto the scene, captivating audiences with her undeniable charisma and acting prowess. Lindsay Lohan was the teen queen of the early 2000s, beloved for her talent and charm. She quickly became a household name, gracing magazine covers and starring in box office hits. But the pressures of fame and Hollywood's party scene, with its relentless spotlight and temptations, led to a public unraveling. The constant scrutiny and the lack of a strong support system began to take their toll. Headlines shifted from her roles, the very thing that had propelled her to stardom, to her late-night antics and legal troubles. The focus was no longer on her talent, but on her struggles. DUIs, arrests, and rehab stints made her a tabloid fixture and a punchline. Her personal struggles became public entertainment. Once promising, she became unreliable and uninsurable on set. Film projects were canceled, and opportunities vanished. The public's concern turned to ridicule, and the media frenzy intensified. And her attempts at a comeback were overshadowed by new scandals. Each effort to reclaim her career was met with further setbacks. Lohan's story is a tragic example of squandered potential, a cautionary tale of what can happen when immense talent is derailed, and the dangers of fame without support. The intense pressure and isolation can be a destructive force. She remains a symbol of how quickly a star can fall, a stark reminder of the fragility of fame. Her name is now synonymous with Hollywood's dark side, a place where dreams can be both made and destroyed. Gwyneth Paltrow, Oscar winner and Hollywood royalty, seemed to have it all. But her transition from actress to Goop founder sparked backlash. Goop's bizarre, expensive, and pseudoscientific products made her a target of ridicule and criticism. Paltrow's advice felt out of touch, her statements often seen as elitist or pretentious. Lawsuits and investigations over Goop's health claims fueled public distrust. She became a symbol of privileged celebrity disconnected from reality. Paltrow's infamy isn't about crime, but about arrogance and alienation. She turned her privilege into a brand and became the queen of cringe. Chris Brown was a rising star, poised for superstardom. That ended in 2009 when he brutally assaulted Rihanna, shattering his public image. The leaked photo of Rihanna's injuries became an unforgettable symbol of domestic violence. Brown's career plummeted, music pulled, endorsements lost, public outrage intense. Despite a commercial comeback, further legal troubles and violent incidents kept his past in the spotlight. For many, Brown's talent is forever overshadowed by his crime. His story raises questions about forgiveness and accountability in celebrity culture. he remains one of music's most divisive figures. The shadow of that night will always define him. Katherine Heigl was America's sweetheart, beloved for Grey's Anatomy and rom-com hits, but her candid criticism of her own projects and public withdrawal from Emmy consideration painted her as ungrateful. Stories of her being difficult on set spread, and her reputation soured. Hollywood, valuing collaboration, turned its back. Her box office appeal faded, and A-list roles disappeared. Heigl became a cautionary tale about the cost of speaking out, especially for women. Recent reevaluation suggests she was unfairly punished, but her career never fully recovered. Her journey highlights how quickly public perception can shift. In Hollywood, reputation is everything. Shia LaBeouf was handpicked for stardom, but his rebellion against fame became self-destruction. His bizarre public antics, paper bags, arrests, plagiarism, blurred the line between art and meltdown. Legal troubles and aggressive outbursts turned public fascination into disdain. In 2020, serious abuse allegations from FKA Twigs forced a darker re-examination of his behavior. LaBeouf's story is one of child stardom, mental health struggles, and disturbing allegations. He stepped away to seek help, but his legacy is fractured. Is he a misunderstood artist or a dangerous abuser? The answer is complicated, making him one of Hollywood's most polarizing figures. His talent is now inseparable from his turmoil. Charlie Sheen was TV's highest-paid star, beloved for his bad boy charm. But substance abuse and erratic behavior led to a spectacular public meltdown. His bizarre interviews, Tiger Blood, Winning, became viral sensations. Sheen was fired from 2.5 Men, lost lucrative deals, and spiraled into chaos. Behind the spectacle was addiction and mental health crisis. Later he revealed his HIV diagnosis, casting his meltdown in a new light. Sheen's story is a cautionary tale of fame, addiction, and public implosion. The Tiger Blood era remains his defining legacy. He became a global punchline, and a warning. Kevin Spacey was a 2-time Oscar winner, revered for his talent and versatility. In 2017, Anthony Rapp accused him of sexual misconduct when Rapp was just 14. Spacey's response, apologizing and coming out as gay, was widely condemned. More men came forward, painting a picture of a serial predator. Spacey was fired from House of Cards, erased from films, and became a Hollywood ghost. Despite avoiding criminal conviction, his career was destroyed. Bizarre comeback attempts only deepened his infamy. Spacey's fall is one of Hollywood's most dramatic, a chilling story of secrets exposed. His legacy is forever tainted. The stories we've explored are more than gossip. They're modern fables of power and consequence. Fame is fragile. Public opinion can turn in an instant. These stars remind us that no amount of talent can shield you from accountability. Their falls from grace are cautionary tales for anyone seeking the spotlight. Who do you think is Hollywood's most controversial figure? Let us know in the comments. The conversation doesn't end here. Subscribe for more untold stories from the world of fame.